One of the questions we get from time to time from estate planning clients goes like this: do I need to treat my children equally when it comes to leaving my assets behind after my death? That's a good question. Hi, I'm attorney Joel Beck of the Beck Law Firm LLC in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And in today's short video, I'll share some thoughts in response to that question. So the question is this: do I have to treat my children the same in my will? Or can I treat them differently? Well, the simple answer is yes, you can treat them differently. You do not have to treat them the same when it comes to how you're going to distribute your assets upon your death. In fact, inequality is allowed, and in some cases, it might be very appropriate. Here's some things to consider as you're putting together your plan and determining how to leave assets behind to provide for those that you love. A few of the things to consider might include family size. Think about your children and their respective family size. You may find, in your view, that a child with a larger family might have a greater need for assets than someone else with a smaller family. Also, think about income levels between the children. How do they earn a living? What type of income level do you think they'll have? And maybe you want to adjust how you distribute assets upon your death based upon in one of the factors being the income level of the child. Also consider expected financial needs. Look at each child and his or her family and think about what their financial need will be and what type of other sources they will have to meet those needs. For some people then, they'll use that to help determine how to split the assets to leave behind for their children. And then one final thing to consider would be your expectation or desire of how you want the assets used, coupled with the character traits of the beneficiary, of your children. Will your children take that inheritance and make sure that it turns into a blessing, or will it turn into a curse? Will it be something that will be squandered and lost and wasted because of poor choices that the person may make? Now, hear me very clearly. There is absolutely nothing wrong with treating your children equally when it comes to distribution of assets in your will. Many people do that, and that's fine. And if that's the route you choose to take, that's perfectly acceptable because it is your money, your assets, and you're able to do with it what you wish. But on the other hand, there are several factors to consider when you determine how to split that up. And if you decide that inequality makes sense to you, then that is certainly an acceptable way for you to make decisions to choose how you want your wishes carried out and what those are. Now, of course, understand that when we talk about this, we're talking about doing planning through a will. And if you don't have a will in place that's valid under the law, then none of this is going to matter because your wishes will not be carried through. Instead, when you die without a will, the state is going to invoke a certain what's called intestate succession. The state will create a will for you, and your assets will be distributed in accordance with this state plan. It's not going to go to the state, but it's going to go to family members in a certain order and in certain amounts, and that plan may not be what you wish. So if you want to make sure that your wishes are followed, you've got to step up, do some work, and get an estate plan put together for you that meets your wishes and needs. Of course, if you'd like to talk to somebody about estate planning for you or your family here in Georgia, I invite you to pick up the phone and give us a call here at the Beck Law Firm LLC and schedule a time for us to sit down together and have a family protection strategies session so that we can look at your situation, talk about your goals and objectives, and see what steps need to be taken to meet those needs. You're going to find more information on estate planning in Georgia on our website as well as on our YouTube channel, and I invite you to check those resources out. If you'd like to get some free information on estate planning in Georgia, then I invite you to give us a call at the office and just request a free estate planning information kit, and we'll get that out in the mail to you. Give us a call at 678-344-5342 and make that request. We'll get that information out to you. Thanks.